What is up, everyone? All right, so I have been loving doing these super fun episodes with Lambert, and today we have something super interesting and different, to say the least.
We have Popeye's spinach can right here.
And I have to apologize now. My allergies are like out of control, so I sound really soft up.
Yeah.
All right, but today is all about conspiracy theories. And I'm a huge conspiracy theorist. Oh my gosh. So we are going to go over some conspiracy theories today. We're going to, talk about them, give our 2 cents about them, what we think about them. And honestly, we want to hear y'all's feedback too. Like, what do you guys think about these conspiracies that we're going to go over? Are you excited?
I'm excited.
We are the type of people, Lambert and I, we are the type of people that will stay up all night and watch conspiracy videos, read conspiracy articles. So we got a handful of good ones today. Hopefully this episode comes out a little bit more informed than confusing. But I don't know. With conspiracy theories, I doubt it because it's kind of like your opinion on what you think.
You gotta do your own research.
Yeah, you got to do your own research. That's the number one thing about conspiracy theories. You have to do your own research. But let's get into it, y'all. All right, so I feel like conspiracy theories always just kind of make people cringe. The word conspiracy theory, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Just kind of like, it's just, some of them are just so off the wall. They're so wild, all those people running around with foil hats on their head. But we're going to try to stick to some fun ones and, kind of move into some that are just a little bit out there and pretty interesting. So the first one, I want to just kind of start a little bit more tame. And we'll have to see what Lambert thinks about this one. But this is the Bernstein Bears books.
Bernstein Bear books. What are those? I feel like I know those books.
Yeah.
Is that giant bear with the kids?
Yes. Yes.
Those.
And they have books and they have a show. Did you ever watch the show?
I think I did. Dang. Wasn't that show aired like in 1980 or something?
A while ago, yes.
I wonder why.
But apparently, a few years ago, someone came out and said that it's actually Bernstein bears.
Bernstein?
Stain. Like that thing that's in your underwear. Stain. A burn stain.
So what? Where are we going with this? Have you seen her underwear? Got a whole trail mark on there. Like the Colorado River.
A dried up Colorado River. But I always thought, honestly, that it was Steen with an E.
Wait, isn't that a Mandela effect? Right?
Mandela effect.
Mandela effect?
What is that?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure about how to explain it, but it's something that like something where like you thought that's what it was this whole entire time. But the entire time, like if you thought the red M&M in the commercials was like orange the whole time, but really it was red. And you go back to it, you're like, oh my gosh. The whole time it was like red, but
I see.
It was like I don't know what it was, but yeah, wouldn't that be a Mandela effect? Right?
Yeah.
That's
a good
point.
point.
Is Mandela effect considered conspiracy theory?
That's a good question.
Look at that.
Did you think it was Steen or Stain?
I thought it was Steen.
I thought it was Steen too.
Yeah. I thought it was Epstein.
So
he didn't hang himself.
So after all of this came out, some people on Reddit uploaded pictures.
I love Reddit.
Same. Of their VHS tapes, and it said Bernstein. And then some people claimed to have uploaded their pictures of the videos, and it said Stain.
Bernstein. What?
Right?
Interesting.
So are you ready for the theory?
What's the theory?
Apparently, some fans have come up with crazy theories as to why they changed their name. They actually believe that some of the names of the books of Bernstein at one point, but they shifted into a parallel universe, if you will.
You know what's crazy? Okay, I believe that.
What?
You want to know something crazy? Okay, everything that was before 2010, 2012, everything was sort of normal, but something shifted. Okay, so I saw this TikTok. Okay, it went pretty viral. And it was, this guy was talking about how scientists had developed something, and it exploded in the middle of the ocean, and it shifted the entire universe into a different direction where it was the craziest thing. I'll have to find.
You have to find it and share it with me.
But that's
crazy, a conspiracy theory as well.
Yeah,
there's so many.
Oh my God, this is something that I really want to look into, because everything that's happened now is because of that. How people think, how people feel, and how we're starting to like go towards like holistic approaches to a lot of things. Yeah, basically,
that's a shift in the universe.
Yeah, like a huge shift in the universe.
Interesting.
Stock market, health, COVID.
Wow.
People's like how you made money. Social media. Yeah, You don't think it's just like us expanding technology? Yeah, I agree with that too. But I have to look into this.
I'm gonna have to look into that too.
Yeah, it's really cool. I was like,
so the Bernstein or Stain, whichever you think it is,
Epstein.
that was one of the more tame conspiracy theories that I wanted to bring up. But let's get into a little bit more interesting ones. Let's get into the landing on the moon. Okay, so according to history books, the United States went to the moon in 1969. And
69.
They landed, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. This was a huge group of people who believed, or there was a huge group of people who believed that we did not land on the moon, and that the whole stage is a hoax and it's staged. But what do you think?
Okay, I'm 50-50 on that. I partially believe it and I partially don't. The reason why I partially don't is because back then, NASA had a lot of eyes, okay? They were one of the first marketing giants. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. Like, in my opinion, I think they were the biggest, they were the largest marketing giants. They talked about, like, going to the moon and all that stuff, and they might have had, like, a failed project or something, right? Like, going to the moon was a failed project. Like, that spaceship that actually launched into the sky was just a spaceship, and there was nothing in it, because who would have, back then, 1969, who would have known where those things landed in, So I think that whole thing was a set, because if you watch the video, it just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't look real.
Yeah.
At all.
I honestly don't believe we landed on the moon.
But
yeah,
I do believe.
I actually don't, because I'm thinking, okay, first off, why haven't we gone back to the moon? And I also think, I looked into the conspiracy theorists' reasonings of the gravity and how the flag was moving and just all the things, and it didn't make sense to me either. And it has said to be that they filmed this in a house in LA, and I have actually been to that house.
What?
It's Jared Leto's old, it's his house. He lives there now. It used to be like an old, I want to say army base or something like that. And it is.
How'd you end up at Jared Leto's house?
So we're friends, but it's said to believe, it's, Ben said that was filmed there, actually, in the hangar, because there's a hangar there at his house.
Wait, are you allowed
and
to
that
tell
we
us
just
that?
said that because we wanted to be the first on the moon. Wow. And so it was all a hoax. That's what I believe.
It's like a
But
big
who
marketing
knows?
company. The biggest marketing company.
Who knows? We might do. I don't know.
But you know, I do believe it too, because science proves that like when you're in space, you can't see the stars, and it's due to like we have like some type of like polarized like atmosphere where we can see the stars. I don't know. It was
Interesting. So,
anyways.
Lambert's 50-50. I don't think we
50-50.
landed on the moon. Y'all will definitely have to let us know what you think. Another popular one is, and this is an interesting one to me, but people think the earth is flat. Lambert, are you a flat earther?
I am not. But you know what? I've never been out of the world.
You've never been out of this world? Wow.
Have you? Anyways, Jeff Bezos, let us know. And Richard Branson.
You know, I feel like this one is really interesting because I never even considered this, but I have a friend who she's not a flat earther, Carrie, and she sent me all of these very interesting videos and articles about what flat earth people believe. And it is very interesting. Like, I mean, I don't feel like their argument is like far out in left field. It's like, oh, well, that's an idea, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they think that the earth is flat. And the video that I saw, how the earth comes up from the horizon, it's not a circular horizon. It's just like a flat horizon. And I don't know. It's a really interesting video. I'll have to find that video and link it somewhere.
Interesting. I do believe in Middle Earth.
Middle Earth. Oh yeah. I believe in Middle Earth as well.
Yeah. We have this center of the earth that no one knows about. You know, who's traveled down below that far before, you know? The only person that's ever, I mean, from what I know, that's traveled far deep below Earth. I mean, would you consider water? Consider as like below Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Or would you consider like ground terrain as below Earth?
I guess ground terrain.
Ground terrain?
Yeah.
Well, for underwater is James Cameron. He went down into, I think, the Mariana Trench. Yeah, which is, how far down is Mariana Trench? It's like 96,000 feet.
96,000 feet?
Something like that.
Yeah, I believe in Middle Earth. 11,000.
It's how much? 36,000 feet.
You got the 6 right.
Yeah. It was one of those.
96, 36.
36,000 feet. Damn. That, you know, when we go up and like when we fly, you know where we can only cap at like 30,000 feet? Actually, I think more than that, but that's 30,000 feet in the air. Can you imagine being?
That's crazy.
That's insane. Like, that blows my mind. But yeah, I believe in Middle Earth. I think we should travel down there somehow.
I just find it really interesting. The flat earthers' argument on flat Earth. Another thing that, you know, in this video that I watched is they think that, you know, these pictures of Earth, you know, from space is all a hoax. And they say that they look sort of animated. And they kind of do look sort of animated if you think about it. So I don't know, their arguments, were you going to say what they kind of think too?
No, I don't think, okay, no offense to flat earthers, okay? But I don't think Earth is flat, because you ever seen the Red Bull Stratos?
No.
It's when this guy, his name is Felix something. No, not Felix. So this guy goes into one of those space balloons, right? And he skydives from like, what is it? Oh man, I don't know what it is. Stratosphere, I guess, right? Because they call it the Red Bull Stratosphere. Rebel Stratos. And he skydives down from space. And if you see the live footage of that, like Earth doesn't look flat. There's actually like a curve. Yeah.
Really? I've
Yeah.
not.
And this guy, like,
How is that possible?
what, the skydive? I have no idea. But I watched the whole entire thing. And the most terrifying part that I saw of it was when he was coming down, he was spinning and he couldn't stop spinning and he fainted. I mean, he blacked out for like 3 minutes, but he was still falling and he still had enough space. But I was like, oh my God, what's happening?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's crazy.
He blacked out, woke up.
Really?
and
So
it
you
stabilized
think that it looked curved?
himself. Yeah, it
Because
looked
if you
curved from
ask
the-
pilots, according to flat earthers, everything just looks
straight.
straight. It doesn't look curved.
Well, see, that's the thing too. It's like when you're a pilot, you have to constantly fix your elevation, right? Each second is like, each micro adjustment, it's like you're curving around the earth. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. Now, this I like this because Virgin Atlantic is creating this ship that you can travel from New York to London in 2.5 hours or 3 hours. Now,
Yeah, you told me about that.
the adjustment, the elevation adjustments that they do could prove how flat Earth really is.
But the elevation, it could just be like how, not about it being curved, but
Yeah.
just the elevation of like land doesn't
True.
necessarily mean it's curved.
True. But I mean, to me, it's just like, like micro adjustments of like elevation is pretty much, you're going around the world. Like from California to New York, that's like that much of a curve, I guess, and then I don't know. I'm lost.
I'm lost.
I'm lost on flat Earth.
Okay, we'll get into the next one because Lambert just kind of confused me. All right, so another conspiracy that is pretty wild, and it's not about Florida and crocodiles.
It's Florida itself. Just kidding.
But it's about the Denver International Airport. And people think that this is Illuminati's headquarters.
Okay, so this was one of the many first conspiracy theories that I found on YouTube.
Same.
And what was, oh my God, I haven't looked into it in a long time.
That it's, many Illuminati believers are convinced that it's, the group's headquarters. And I remember watching videos about this, and people were talking about like how there's symbols of this all over the airport. There's a stallion outside of the airport, like a statue of a stallion, and its eyes glow red. That there's actually bunkers under the airport for, who knows, world ending, I don't even know.
Damn.
Type of things.
You could probably look up some photos of like pre-construction photos, like during construction photos of the airport. They usually have those, but they're probably burned away.
I mean,
Jet Scenes Island.
there are photos of like, holes being dug, but I mean, there's probably a basement there, I would only assume. I don't know. I kind of got down the rabbit hole. Like, this was years and years ago, like you were saying. And I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm always like, this is interesting. Okay. All right. Like, there's like tunnels under there. There's apparently like bunkers, like built-in cages where when the world is ending, they claim, so they're going to bring people down there and basically lock them in these cages and stuff.
Is it still open?
Yeah.
It's still in commission?
Well, yeah, it's the airport of Denver.
Damn. Well, you know what's crazy? If you check the flight logs of the flights that have went missing in Bermuda Triangle, see how many of those are from that airport.
What?
I don't know nothing about it, but I was just thinking like if these planes are flown out of there and they go missing, you know.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Like if
We're talking about the airport, not
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
flights going out of the airport.
Yeah.
We're talking about like lizards lurking in, you know, the tunnels, and there's
Lizards.
cages. Yeah. Illuminatis are lizards, apparently. You didn't know that?
No.
They're like reptile humans. That's like another conspiracy. What?
What?
Yeah, it's a conspiracy out there that these Illuminati, you know, members are actually half lizard, half human, half reptile.
What in the Star
And they
Trek is
actually
happening?
change. And they have actually, there's videos out there that I don't know if they're, again, tampered with or what, but of these Illuminati members kind of having like a shift or a change as they talk on camera.
What?
Yeah.
Like their face is peeling off. They're like, oh.
Yeah, though. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Of their eyes kind of changing more like reptile like. You know how an
It's like
alligator's
sideways?
eyes are like, yeah. That is a real video. Google it.
What?
Illuminati reptile human or whatever. I don't know what you Google, but yeah, it's truly a thing.
What the hell?
Interesting, right?
Wait, are they called lizard people?
I don't know what they're called.
That is.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot of crazy conspiracy theories out there. I don't know. I mean, if aliens are real, maybe reptile people are. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe reptile people are aliens from like
Exactly.
1800s, 1700s.
I mean, not even from them. There are
Build the pyramids.
aliens, right?
Yeah.
Even the government now is trying to say that there's aliens. And they're coming out with this footage of aliens. So it's not about
That's
the
true.
1800s, 1700s. Maybe there are aliens in other.
Wait, that's true. Who released those files? Damn. Like new files of like UFOs existence. I mean, like the existence of UFOs and extraterrestrial just came out.
Yeah, I know.
Like a few
It's
months
so
ago.
crazy to me that I feel like for forever, right? The government was trying to hide and cover up or whatever aliens. And then now all of a sudden
It's like, oh yeah, they're real.
there's aliens. Which it makes me wonder, again, conspiracy theorist over here, what are they trying to cover up and make us like, you know, focus our attention on aliens? Because why now are there aliens?
Yeah. Maybe they just want it. Maybe, you know what? Anytime when like government cover ups happen, it's like they want first dibs to them first so they could talk to them and like communicate and like make deals with them first before regular humans do. You know what I'm saying? Because like they speak for the people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the people speak differently, but they speak for us. And it's like, hey, sometimes we don't want you to speak for us. Sometimes we want to like ask our own questions.
So you think that's what it was? Like 100 years, they've just been covering up aliens because
They've
of
been
that
covering
reason?
aliens, yeah.
Huh.
I mean, if you make it known to their existence, then it's like half this world would turn into like, who knows? Maybe it's like, here's the thing too, right? Say a regular person like you and I discovered aliens back in like the 50s or 60s, right? We come across one, we start talking to them, and then we're like, hey, how do we communicate with you from far away? And they give us the technology. You know, just imagine that. So that's why,
I mean,
like,
but do you think
feel
like the Men in Black is like a real thing?
I think Men in Black is real. Yep.
And they would come to people's homes once they encountered aliens
Yep.
to tell them basically that never happened.
Yep.
Wow.
Basically, yep. So they take that information and tell them like, oh, that never happened. Yeah. It's like, hey, let
Well,
me just-
speaking of aliens, there's another conspiracy theories of Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster,
oh my God.
real or not.
Okay, Bigfoot, definitely real. Loch Ness Monster, I mean, how much of the sea have we explored? like 5%. Not even a double-digit percent. I don't think. But
that's what I think. I honestly think Bigfoot is real.
But Loch Ness Monster, that photo, right? Now, throughout the years of like film, that perception is like weird. Like the sea of water where that Loch Ness Monster is out of, it's like this. It's small. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, like people were saying, what? Like, that's the Loch Ness Monster. And you're thinking like a Loch Ness Monster is like 100 feet long and whatever, right? But like the body of water and and whatever was peeking out doesn't make sense.
It's a turtle.
No. Actually, no. Somebody, no. I think this is on Reddit. They said that is actually a whale penis.
What?
Yeah, like a whale was on its back and.
What?
It's okay if you look into it, right? I found it on accident. It was recommended. Not recommended.
What?
I'm sorry. It was like the top
What were you
thing.
searching?
I was searching it. Anyways. But
you think the Loch Ness Monster is a whale's penis?
Was it a whale's penis? It was something about that, and I was just like, I was reading it, and then I looked up the YouTube videos, and I was like, this is ridiculous, bro.
So you Googled that after?
No, I didn't.
You YouTubed it.
Yeah, because I was like, are there any more videos of this?
Was there?
There was.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, this is not a whale's penis. No way. Like, they're talking about how like it's shaped and curved, and they're like, and then all of a sudden, wait, was it I don't know what kind of whale, a killer whale, maybe? I don't know.
I've never seen down there on a whale. I'm not good. I don't think.
No, but for real,
I think all whales have an innie, not an outie. Right?
Oh my God. Okay, next.
Okay, I don't know, but I mean, I honestly think that Bigfoot is real because there's so many sightings.
There are, yeah.
I mean, but the weird thing that I don't understand, I'm like, if there are so many sightings, apparently there's like 2,000 in Washington, which have like the most sightings anywhere in the U.S. is Washington.
What?
Right? But how have they never, does Bigfoot live forever? Why have we never found a Bigfoot? Like a passed away Bigfoot? Do the Bigfoot people like take the passed away Bigfoot and like hide him before anyone finds him?
I don't know. I feel like
how is no one like?
I feel like Bigfoot is way too advanced. Like they're just smart. Like they're shy. They're able to like escape and run away the moment they see, human. Because maybe they've seen what humans can actually do, and then like they're just scared of them in general. I mean, if you think about it, right? If Bigfoot existed for past 200 years, it's definitely has seen humans like burn down forests, take down forests, and kill people, and whatever. Like 200 years is a long time, and when you come across, and then people hunt them. Like actually hunt them, try to kill them. Like, oh, I caught.
But no one's caught one.
No one's caught one. But
that is crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like 10 foot tall, 10 to 15 foot tall, right, as Bigfoot, when you run, you have some travel there.
That's true.
So you're pretty quick, and that's scary. Like, if you found a dead body in the forest and it looks like it's stepped on, that's pretty fast. They could probably run like what, 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, apparently in Texas, there is a town that is like proud and known for their like Bigfoot sightings. Remember I was telling you about that?
Oh, yeah.
Lambert wants to go and Bigfoot
Who wants to go not hunt Bigfoot, find Bigfoot.
And be their friend.
Yes. Hi, I'm Lambert.
Play Monopoly with them.
You just be like, whoa, oh shit. Don't make him angry.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I do believe in Bigfoot or like abominable snowman.
The Wendigo? Oh my God.
Lambert's on this Wendigo thing.
Yeah.
I explain what that is.
So a Wendigo is this creature.
He thinks it's real, by the way.
Yeah, in the Appalachian Mountains, right? And here's the thing, right? I used to talk to this girl. She used to live in Pennsylvania, and her family has always said, "Do not go outside at night." She lived in the middle of the forest, and she's never went outside at night, but she's heard some crazy things outside, not just roars, but actually like running.
Okay, here's another thing that I was trying to explain to Lambert, and I was trying to show him videos of like different animals that make terrifying noises at night.
Yeah.
And because he was showing me these videos of these Wendigos or Bigfoot, people, things, whatever, outside making these noises. But I was trying to tell him that there are animals outside that make crazy terrifying noises. Like there's a fox or something that makes this like terrifying noise.
Sounds like bloody murder.
It sounds like someone is, yes. Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, Wendigo. Okay, so then there's people that have claimed to have seen a Wendigo, and that they, they live in the Appalachian Mountains. That's where, I guess that's where they exist. But a Wendigo is basically like a Native American evil spirit, apparently. And people that have seen the Wendigo have said like this thing is like 15 to 20 feet tall. You know how scary that is? This house is 15 to 20 feet tall. And it's like, bro, nope.
I don't know. That is scary. I don't know.
Yeah. And then like there's also that so there was that thing about the military was, there's a certain task force. They were tasked to capture this creature, and the whole team was slaughtered, and then they announced it on the news saying that it was training. It was a training incident. And I was like, bro, that's what they say about a lot of things. If you see anything about like a training incident and it's shown to the public,
yeah, no, I mean, the news and the media, I do believe that they try to like cover things up. But if there's Bigfoot, Wendigo, Loch Ness Monster, what do you think about mermaids?
Mermaids are real.
Mermaids are real.
But they're not as pretty as Ariel. Yeah. I don't think I think mermaids are the most terrifying thing in the sea. Because I don't know. Like I've seen pictures and like drawings of what people have seen and what they think mermaids look like. And I'm thinking like, okay, don't go near one.
A mermaid.
Yeah. They just look terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know if all these things are real. I have seen videos of people saying that there's mermaids. And I have seen video, if you can, Google it, of people actually having a like dead mermaid. Yeah. I don't know if it's real though.
But you believe in mermaids?
You know what? I believe that, yeah, there has to be something out there in the ocean. The ocean is too big, too deep, too undiscovered. Yeah. There's too many species that we don't even know about. And maybe a mermaid is one of them. Maybe it's not what we think it is, like you said. It's not Ariel, but.
What about a megalodon? Yeah. Yeah. I believe that's real. Like real as real can be. But
that's why I'm have a fear of the ocean. Yeah. Like I'm not one to like jump from a boat into the ocean because like what is down there? You can't even see what's down there.
Nope, not me. Yeah, but I feel like megalodons, they live in the Mariana Trench. But you know what? When they say like megalodons like 100 feet long, personally, I think they're long. They're bigger than that.
Really?
Yeah, at least like 200, 300 feet long. Yeah, they're huge. They have to be much bigger than what they were back then. Think about it. If they were like 100 feet long back then, what do you think they are now?
Do you think they just got bigger?
Yeah, maybe.
They GMO fish. They've been eating GMO.
They've been taking Live Body. 20% off. Use my code MEGA20. No, but yeah, think about it. Like if they had to survive for that long, who knows what other things that they have to like fight off, And like I don't know. It's just I feel like they're a lot bigger than what they would say. Like whatever scientists have discovered, it's 100 feet long. There's always a bigger fish in the sea. You know, there's always somebody that's gonna be bigger than you. And I feel like what scientists have found out is just the beginning.
Possibly. You guys have to let us know what you think about these conspiracies.
Yes.
Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? And if you disagree, I would love to hear what you think and why you think that.
Yeah, we'll probably play it in the next episode.
Okay, let's move into the 5 things. All right. For today's 5 things, I figured we'd make them kind of as weird as, conspiracy theories. So the 5 things today are 5 ways that you can know if a conspiracy theory is true. You ready for this?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, number 1 is obviously it's true if there is a fan club about that conspiracy.
True.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of research going around.
So
in that fan club, right?
I mean, obviously that's a joke. I mean, if there is a fan club, that doesn't mean it's necessarily true. Although I do love a good fan club, and I have to give it to the people who, think that a certain conspiracy theory is true. Just like we are living in the Matrix. That's another conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you think about that one.
I believe it.
What?
Nope, I don't. I don't even know what the only Matrix that I know is the one with Keanu Reeves.
And some people think that the Titanic didn't sink. Really?
You know what? I have a crazy theory of that.
What?
Crazy theory of that.
What's that?
I think the German military. Okay, there's 2 things. Either German military sank the Titanic.
What?
Yep. Or, okay, check this out. The company that owned. Okay, so I did this research a long time ago, right? In the 1900s, right? I think it was like a few years or like a year before the Titanic sank. There was this one boat. Oh my God, I hope I don't die because of this. Okay, so there's this one boat that JP Morgan Chase, right? They control this one company that owned this boat called the Olympic, right? And it was a passenger liner just like the Titanic. And during a cruise or whatever, right? They sailed London, or like they sailed somewhere in like Britain. And then a British Navy boat hit it, crashed into it, caused all this damage. And JP Morgan Chase, or like the company that controlled the company that owned the Olympic, was like, London refused to pay for the damages. And then I guess like JP Morgan Chase was like pissed, and they were like, what are we going to do about this? And then turns out they just patched it up, like cheap materials and whatever. And then they renamed it into the Titanic. Okay. Now keep in mind, this ship was damaged. So it should have been out of commission the moment that it hit. So, it's like, oh my God, we don't even have money to like repair this. What, obviously, profits is, the goal back then. And then renamed it the Titanic, sank the Titanic on purpose. Okay. And then claimed the insurance money off of that.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
I never heard that story.
Yeah. I think that's because, there's heavy research on like who owned the Titanic. And keep in mind, like the people that are on that boat, there was a lot of rich people on that boat, and like rich people were the only people that could afford to be on the Titanic.
Interesting.
Crazy theory, right?
Interesting.
So JP Morgan Chase, aka the bank that you and I bank with,
wow,
sank the Titanic on purpose.
Wow.
For an insurance claim.
Okay. Never heard that conspiracy before. That's very interesting.
Crazy.
Okay, so let's move into Number 2, you know a conspiracy theory is true if there are a large number of deniers, right? Maybe. I mean, are there people who are specifically denying that that said event never happened? If people are passionate about the fact that something didn't happen, doesn't that mean it happened? I don't know, but that's very interesting to me. If there are a large number of people who are denying that that didn't happen.
I feel like a lot of these conspiracy theories, you have to take into consideration that there's probably facts behind it. You have to find out how this conspiracy theory even came about. Like, who did the research? Ask that person, like, why do you think this is a real conspiracy theory? And there's a lot of fact, you got to take into, like, if you're going to deny it, you got to have at least like 1% of your self thinking that it might be true.
Yeah. I mean, it is said that the term conspiracy theory was invented because the government didn't want people knowing the truth.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they invented the word conspiracy theory to call these people a conspiracy theorist because they wanted to make them seem like they didn't know what they were talking about. Wow. But who knows? I don't know. Number 3, if there is evidence, there, is obviously, there's got to be some evidence about something.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like the thing with, like, for example, I mean, this is another conspiracy theory, 9/11. There's evidence that something weird was going on.
Yep. Let me tell you.
So there's an argument there.
You know that building that went down in Florida? So I think they tore down, I think they blew up the other side of the building too, or something like that. But I saw this video, and then like the explosions, right? Like the demolition explosions. I was just thinking, like, hold on. I remember seeing a video of the 9/11 plane, right? Mm-hmm. I remember hearing a very loud like pop, like a demolition pop.
Weren't you in New Jersey when this happened?
I was, yeah. I had to go home. I went home so quick. My parents came to the school and picked me up.
I bet they did.
Yeah. There's no children going to that school for the next week. Yeah.
Oh my God, his mom. But I don't know. I think, you got to look at the evidence to kind of figure out if it's true. Obviously, the evidence can be skewed or someone's opinion or, depending on like if you're watching a YouTube video or reading an article, because people can just write whatever they want. But do your evidence or do your research, find the evidence. I think it's really fascinating when you're able to research and look up evidence about a conspiracy theory and then make your own judgment or opinion about whether you think if it's true or not based on what you read, what you saw, what you heard. I mean, I wouldn't, don't leave this and be like, oh, Bigfoot is real because Lambert and Paige said it. Just do your own research, find your own evidence, make your own judgment about like a certain conspiracy.
Yeah. And these fan clubs too, if you guys do the research together and like take consideration of other people's opinions and like research, you could it's like Scooby-Doo. It's
interesting. It's super interesting. I can spend like all night watching conspiracy. And again, it's called conspiracy theory. And like I said, it doesn't mean it's untrue.
Yeah.
But, it's really interesting how you can pick a topic. There's so many different conspiracies out there and kind of like go down the CSI investigation rabbit hole. Yeah. Make your own opinion.
You should see our YouTube history.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's like conspiracy theories like the entire way.
You know what? We should make a YouTube conspiracy playlist.
Oh. Dun, dun, dun.
There you go. Like conspiracy theories that we watched and like what we think like, whoa, this is something that you should watch. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Hey, come to the YouTube channel and check out our conspiracy theories.
Yeah. That would be cool. Okay, let's move on to the next one, and that's number 5. Last but not least, if the government is involved, maybe, what do you think? If the government is involved in that conspiracy theory, do you think it's something to raise your eyebrow about?
Yeah, you know what? You have to see what the government is saying about it too. Like if they're not claiming that it's real, then
I don't know.
There's a chance that it is real.
Yeah. Like for example, Area 51.
Yeah.
How forever everyone's been saying that, like it's aliens, and the government tried to like cover it up, and now the government's saying there's aliens. So I'm like, that just makes me question like what the government, like when they try to cover up conspiracies, like that doesn't mean that it's untrue.
Yeah.
Because look at Area 51.
You know Bob Lazar?
Yes. You had me watch that documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
That was like the most intense evidence I've ever seen about like UFOs. I was like, whoa. Like, I think the craziest part about it was when he was explaining how the functions of a UFO. Like, he went in depth with it, how there's like antimatter that is fueling the UFO, where I guess it bends space and you could travel into that, and that's how you go. That's how these UFOs go,
Light
like
speed.
100,000 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like how jets can never catch up to it because it's just gone in a snap.
Yeah, that documentary is really interesting.
Yes,
so.
highly recommended.
Yeah,
great job, Netflix.
I don't know. Like, I love a good thrill. I love a good mystery. I love to kind of dive into like a conspiracy theory and see, you know, what I, you know, think about it. I mean, there's so many. There's like, you know, of why we can't fly over, is it Antarctica? There's conspiracy theories about that.
What?
I mean, there's just so many conspiracy theories.
Oh, I gotta look into this.
Yeah, it's so interesting, but we are not allowed to fly over Antarctica. And there's a lot of conspiracies about it. So I don't know. There's just so many good conspiracy theories out there that, you know, you could dive into and kind of get lost. And it's really interesting and fascinating. And then create your own opinions about it.
I'm going to become a conspiracy theorist.
You are a conspiracy theorist because you believe in a lot of these conspiracies.
True.
So you're considered a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. You know what we should do? I think we should do a conspiracy focus group. Like we focus on one thing and debunk it.
Focus group.
Yeah, with everybody. It's like, okay, let's figure this out. And watch we both end up in jail. Oh, who put us here? And it's JP Morgan Chase.
I don't know. It's kind of
actually, you know what?
Crazy.
Let's not do it. That's a little risky.
All right. Well, let's wrap this one up. I think that was super fun. I like doing these like just spontaneous episodes. So if you guys have like another fun topic you want us to discuss,
Paranormal.
Ooh,
That's my favorite.
it. I like it. That's a good one. I think that's interesting. Okay, so if there's any fun topic like paranormal or just anything like off the wall, comment it to us. Let us know.
Off the wall.
Yeah, it could be just like crazy. I mean, conspiracy theories are pretty off the wall.
They are. Yeah.
So I like paranormal. That's really interesting. All right, y'all. We are wrapping up. That is it for us today. Go to Apple Podcast, rate and review this episode. And if you have time, go listen and watch some other ones. You know, we are on YouTube, so go subscribe. And we love you guys. We will see you next time.
Peace.